Oh, guys, what is up? It's Teach here, coming at you again with another video over on Ark Survival Ascended, and behind me you can see the Tek Bunker. Now, I've been playing with it quite a bit, so I've got a pretty good grasp of everything that it can do. So we're going to go ahead and get started in this video, and I'm going to show you what the Tek Bunker, literally everything you need to know about it, and what it's capable of, all kinds of neat things, whether enemies can use it, stuff like that. So let's go ahead and get started. So the Tek Bunker, it is something that you actually unlock with the actual purchase of the Lost Island pack, which isn't the greatest thing, but you know, it is what it is. It can be unlocked at level 80. It doesn't appear as if there is any sort of unlock requirement other than having a Tek replicator. You need black pearls, crystal, element, paste, electronic, and ingot in order to make one. Now, once you have made one, you can slap it down. The cool thing is it will attach to foundations, and it is very important where you place it. I'm going to talk about that right now. So basically, it creates a 10 by 10 structure underneath it that can't be seen by going into the ground or anything like that. Now, that sounds really confusing, but because it kind of is how they do it, but I'm not going to get too far into that. So, the Tek Bunker. Once you place it, you can only have a total of 3 on the map, and you'll notice it needs to be built far enough away from somebody else's Tek Bunker. It's actually pretty close to range you can do, so you can get quite a few nearby. I wouldn't recommend it though, because they might block each other. So you just place it down. Once you do slap down your Tek Bunker, it becomes a structure that can be snapped to, which is kind of cool. So you can use it to snap structures to, which can be very useful, obviously, and then kind of fill it up so that way people can't just walk up to it. It is a destroyable structure. You can do damage to it, and it will take damage over time, so you need to be aware of that. So you want to fix it every now and then. Now, whether or not it takes full damage over time, I don't know, because it has 100,000 health, but, you know, it is what it is. Now, you can walk up to the middle of it, and you can see where it says deactivate bunker. We probably don't want to do that, but if you go to this, what you want to do is you want to go to its inventory. Now, once you're in its inventory, come on now, please. There we go. You will have a couple of different options. You've got select, you've got build, and you've got inventory. You will have to make Tek Bunker modules in order to actually place things inside. The number of crafted ability modules that you can make is how much available space is on the inside of this thing. See how I've crafted 170, whatever it is, 200 now, 300, out of a total of 730 basically. That means of the perfect possible 1,000, there's 1,000 spots basically underneath us, 10 by 10 times 10, so 100 per floor, and then 10 total floors. So I got 73% usable space underneath this Tek Bunker. Now, what does usable space really mean, right? So I'm just going to craft that many and let it just be at this point, right? So we've got all our modules. I can extract them. I'm not going to because, you know, obviously you can see there it is right there. But what we do is now that we've actually made them, you can go to the actual build mode. Now, access terminal, and we're going to go into the actual build mode, which is over here. So you can see select and build modes are here. So select layers 1, you can select all layers if you really want to, show all layers, go to build mode, and then you can actually click and drag the entire sections that you can build. Now, the neat thing is that if you click and drag a whole row, if you just basically click on it and let it go, wow, it's not going to do that for me now. Ugh, turd. And then you can fill out an entire row like that, making it a lot easier for you. Now you can also get on the second row. Nope, it's not going to do that for me. Was that row layer 9? What layer was that? Okay, there we go. So layer 8 is what I want to do now. And if you see how I click and hold and I have that little like green pillar, if I pull to the entire row now, it'll let me build anything that I can build, and it'll let me kind of like drag all of that together. So now I've got 2 whole rows of craftable modules. Now, in order to actually build these modules, you'll click the Apply Modules button. It'll take those crafted modules and go one by one through the layers in order to actually give you a structure or a buildable zone underneath. Now, before we go any higher, or before I get any further, I'm going to go ahead and show you what it looks like to go down inside once it's actually crafted all these modules. You can see that it's going through this little list and it's turning them all green. You will have to wait to actually teleport down there until it's done. But you can see, or you can just go down there, it's up to you. So see how it builds this big 10 by 10 space underneath? It is doing that as we're in here, and it is literally cutting out space underground for you. Now, these are all Tek structures. They cannot be destructed because you have to destroy the thing above in order to actually destroy these things. And that's just kind of how it works. Now, what you can do is you can add a Tek bunker module down here in order to actually transverse and go to different areas. And you can see how we've got a 2 tall 10 by 10 structure now. Now the bunker down here, the bunker terminal, is the exact same thing on the surface. We can go to layer 7, you can go to layer 8, I'm just going to go to layer 7 in the build mode, and I'm just going to go ahead and click and drag the entire thing. And then I'm going to go ahead and go to layer 6. I'm going to click and drag the entire thing. And then layer 5, and I'm going to click and drag the entire thing. You can actually make a massive space here. Now, the one thing that I've learned is you do need to be very careful on where you place things. The reason you have to be careful on where you place things because there are things that can technically block your progress. So if there is water underneath you, or if there is like open air or any accessible area, what'll happen is I don't have enough of the actual modules. So we can go into inventory, and then we're just going to go ahead and make another however many I got to make. I'm just going to hold it till 729. 729. Okay. We're going to go ahead and access the terminal again. We're going to go to build, and then we're going to go ahead and, oh, did it really just make me rebuild it all? Oh man, that's dumb. Oh well, but you get what I'm doing. So you just click and hold, and you can build a whole layer one at a time. It is a massive structure. So a 10 by 10 is a huge zone. You don't realize how big it is until you're inside of it. And I'll show you. I'm going to build these last layers so you can see what I'm talking about. And it'll work on these while we're in here, so we can kind of just keep going. Click and hold, and then drag. Click and hold, and then drag. All right, so now we can apply the modules that we've built, and it'll automatically start going through this list. Now you can see that's literally chunking things away as we go. Pretty cool. The one thing that's interesting is if you are turning on volumetric fog, turning it on 1 will actually make it so you can see better inside of this instead of 0, which is a very unique thing, obviously, and it's just going to keep building these. Now that we've got this structure down here, 10 by 10 doesn't seem like it's that much space, but it's actually a ton of space. You can have a whole raising area down here. You can have whatever you want down here. Take almost no space at all, and it's super cool to be able to access this kind of function. Now, all right, now that we've said everything like that, this is currently building. What can you place in here? You cannot place any form of turrets in here, just so you can see. Turret, let's go ahead and go to all turrets so you can see what I'm talking about. We'll place heavies and autos just so you can see. Oh, I guess you can place autos. So it'll let you place auto turrets, but it will not, unless it changed in the last 10 minutes, which is possible. Nope, yeah, I can't. So you can place auto turrets in here, which is interesting, but you can't place heavies and or tech structures inside of this. Now, the reason that's important, I'll explain in just a second. So as it's currently building upwards, we can place generators. You can place replicators. And just so you can see, it's got plenty of space to place a replicator. You can place any structure that is not a tech turret in here, or heavy auto turret. And you will have to, it doesn't provide power on its own, so you will have to go into your tech generator, place some element in it, and then also use that element in order to turn things on. Now, it will give you the ability to turn on these turrets. It'll give you the ability to turn on, it functions like a normal base, it's just under the ground. Now, just so you can see, you cannot place any form of foundations in here, but give me ceilings. You can, oh, they changed it in the last, okay, never mind. They're not going to let me place any form of actual ceilings in here either, but oh well, that was something that got changed. I was literally just able to click that a few seconds ago unless something broke. No, that's what it is. Okay, so you place walls down first. You can't build off of the walls, but you can place your own walls. That's what it was. Okay, so you can place walls, and then off of your walls, you can place ceilings. Now, you can place them however you want. You can build cool structures. You just can't have foundations. That's really the only thing that you can't have in here, but you will have to build it off of walls first. So you can have multiple layers. You can have whatever you want inside of this thing. Now, obviously, walls will be your starting point. The benefit is you choose where people teleport, right? So it's going to go to the last used teleport location. So if you use this little corner right here as your teleport zone, it basically makes it so this is a unraidable zone, which you can have like 40 auto turrets in here, all pointing at this one block. And if somebody tries to destroy this, all of this stuff spawns under the ground. So there's nothing they can do about looting your stuff. It's kind of like a free little bank vault. Now, I'm sure there are ways to do it. You might be able to use the actual telekinesis to pick up dropped items. But for the most part, this is kind of like an underground vault if you have enough storage on it. Now, people will eventually get down here and use a rocket or a grenade or tech grenade or something like that, and they will destroy it. But it's kind of like a mini vault if you build it right. Now, just so you can see, you can have a tech down here, trough, whatever you want to call it. You can literally have any structure that you would normally have up above. Just so you can see, here's tech dedicated storage. They will snap. You can disable snapping and then create its own snapping point. I do not see, as of right now, a reason not to use this because this isn't technically here. Now, I'll show you what I mean by that, right? Let's go ahead and go in here. Access terminal. If you hold E on it, it'll give you the ability to teleport out. It'll teleport you right back to the surface. I'm going to go ahead and go in ghost mode. Ghost. All right, so see how it's under the ground. You cannot damage this stuff because there is no health bar on it, right? There is no health bar on this. I can't do anything to it. You can damage this up here, however. So if I was to pull out a tech rifle, and let's just say I start shooting it, and it's automatically cool. Great, we're gonna go ahead and let that chill out. So see how I can do quite a bit of damage with a tech rifle because it's considered a tech structure? If you destroy this, what happens is this thing dies and all of this stuff teleports to the top of where this would be. So it's still under the ground. So you literally cannot access it. So it's kind of a way to create a little vault so people can't get your stuff. Now, the one thing I will mention, enemies can walk up and teleport just like you can. There's no way to lock it, if that makes sense. So you can see fill modules and start placing, fill modules. But you can only, there's no way to lock it. You only teleport to the last visited module, which if you place a bunker down right here, will be this module. Now, obviously you can make defenses, put up a bunch of auto turrets, maybe some plant species X, maybe on the ceiling or something like that. And then that's going to prevent people, they're going to have to body soak, which is going to be a big benefit. So it might be easier, but if it's me, I'm probably throwing everything I have valuable in here because it's just useful to have all this access to it. But it's also cool for PvE because you can have an area that's under the ground so you don't have a big eyesore up above, and you kind of just do whatever you want. You can have vaults, you can have dedicated storage. There's literally nothing you can't build in here. It can even build a mutation chamber, cloning chamber. Really, you're not gonna? Okay. Obviously, I am currently blocking it with other things, but I'm pretty sure if you place it right in the middle, you can place an underground. I don't know why you would do this, but why not, right? You can place a tech cloning chamber here. So the whole structure is buildable. It is super fancy. I like it a lot. It gives you a lot of customization. You can have a raising area up above, build a whole ceiling up here. Now, again, don't forget to place your walls down first, because if you don't place walls down, you will not be able to actually build in here because you cannot snap off of those. But if you just build one row of walls, everything in here counts as foundation. So you can actually place whatever you want to in here. So yeah, pretty cool structure. Everything works as intended so far. It does cause a little bit of lag if you're going to use this on a single player server. So just be aware of that. Oh, now it's going to work. Okay, game. But you can see that I can do multiple walls here, or ceilings. So you can just place ceilings off. Maybe it's just done like tech quarter ceilings. But you can build this whole structure however you want and have a whole underground base. Now it's going to mean that you can have, it's going to open up base spots by a ton. Much smaller bases are going to be much more useful now. Rat holes are going to be much better as long as you can build a tech bunker in there. You've got whatever you want. And yeah, pretty cool. I love the addition. I've always wanted something like this or a concept like this in Ark, and I'm happy they finally did it. So anyways, I should have answered pretty much everything. If you demolish this structure, you cannot demolish it with any structures inside, so you have to remove everything if you want to demolish it. And then if it does get blown up, like I said, all of the structures will go up to right beneath the surface, not the actual surface. So keep that in mind. There are a few things that you can change when you visit the last teleported node. You can rotate the terminal 15 degrees. This isn't too much. You can see that there's admin choices, but obviously you're not going to have access to that in the official server. So anyways, hopefully this video helps you out. And other than that, if you don't mind, smash that like button, leave a comment below for the algorithm, and then consider subbing to the channel. All right, Teach out.